Hey guys, Kale here from Rook Empire Gaming, and today I'm going to cover what is easily the most asked question that I get about Tarkov. How do I make money? So today I'm going to show you a few quick and easy ways to make good, consistent money in every raid. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, the first method that I'm going to teach you guys for making quick money in Tarkov. Make sure you are using, especially in the early levels, your scav runs. So instead of going on your PMC, you're going to come in on your scav. Whatever map you want to run, it's completely up to you. If you're trying to maybe pick up some extra task items with your scav, you can do that. But when it comes to actually just trying to make money in the early levels, you're going to want to run your scav as often as possible. Now, it's got a 10-minute timer, so when you finish your scav run, you've got 10 minutes before you can do another scav run. So what you want to try to do early levels, start with your scav, do what you can. Hopefully you get out. I mean, you're given a free kit every time you run your scav. You want to make use of that free kit. Even if all you do is run in, kill one or two of the other scavs on the map, grab their items, get to the extraction, sell all the items you got plus the kit off that scav. That's just completely free money and profit for you. Once that scav run is completed, hop back over to your regular PMC character, work towards those tasks. Every single time you turn in a task, you're going to get paid in experience, you're going to get paid in loyalty levels towards the traders, and most of the tasks also have a cash payout with them. So in the low levels, making money, you're going to make use of your scavs often as possible in conjunction with running your low level task on your PMC. By doing this, you're not having to spend as much of your own money buying a kit. You get a free kit on the scav, try to get in, grab some items, again, maybe kill one or two scavs that are in the area, get to your extraction, get out early if you need to. Don't necessarily worry about trying to run around and loot everything, because a lot of times, like on this scav right here, he does not have a backpack. He's got a nice chest rig, but he doesn't have a backpack. So if this was a scav that you would end up with, you would just try to fill up a few of those empty spaces in your chest rig. Maybe you get lucky and you find a scav that has a backpack, but then get out and sell those kits, and then run your PMC for the task, and then immediately get back in on your scav. This is a very quick and easy and effective method of making good money in the early levels, especially right after a fresh wipe. Alright guys, the second method that I'm going to show you guys for making money is doing customs and shoreline key runs. Now, it may take you a while to actually get the appropriate keys for the customs rooms and for the shoreline rooms. So just take that into consideration. Shoreline, which is what we're on right now, this is right outside of what's called West Wing of the resort. Shoreline is typically considered one of the wealthiest maps for getting money, but it does require to have a number of very specific keys. So I'm going to quickly point out the rooms that I focus on getting keys for out of the resort. So we're going to go into the west, go to the second floor, and the rooms that you want to focus on getting keys for: 220, 218, which if you get 218, it actually lets you into these three rooms here: 222, 221, and 218. If you get any one of those keys, you get access to all three of those rooms, plus the 220, and then 216. Now there are other rooms on the third floor that are decent, but we're going to focus on the definite high value rooms. So we're going to swing on over to the east wing. You got your 205 or 206 are connected together. Both of those rooms can have decent equipment. Don't neglect this room, 213. It has a couple good boxes in it. It's not necessarily high value, but that room gets skipped quite a bit. Now, 226 and 222 are connected, and if you don't have their keys, you can actually get into those rooms by working on this jump from the 3rd floor. There's cash. These items right here, these sell for 70,000 rubles, and they take up 1 square. They are by far one of the most high value items in the game. So this room, typically in this box, you get a Bitcoin, you can get a roller, there can be a lion, a clock. These are the main rooms that you're going to want to focus on. There's one more room I'm going to show you. It's the 310 East room. Now, it has had its items scaled back quite a bit. So depending on what patch cycle you're on and how the loot tables have been impacted, you may or may not want to mess with 310. But in this situation, we get a lion, we get a clock, and quite often, this table may look empty, but every once in a while, there'll be a Bitcoin or a gold chain, and it will actually appear underneath the newspaper. You have to hover over it and get the pointer to actually highlight it, and then you can pick it up. So don't just look at the table and go, there's nothing there. Make sure you kind of breeze over the top of it to see if anything else is picked up. Now, in that short run, we managed to pick up well over 200,000 rubles in a very quick run. But again, you have to have very specific keys for Shoreline and for the customs rooms. Now, I'm going to include a link below the video that's going to link you directly to a key guide for Tarkov, and it's going to explain all the keys, where those keys can be found, and give you kind of a mild breakdown of some of the loot you can expect for those rooms. So again, customs and Shoreline key runs are very high value loot, great money runs, but you may have to invest time into finding and farming those specific keys for each of those rooms. Okay guys, for the interchange runs, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a quick run through. This is in offline mode because I just want to show you the key spots that I hit on interchange. So we've come in up the ramp through the back part to what is called Ollie. And again, I'm just going to highlight a quick run through. So at the back of the store, you're going to find a lot of your trade items and task quest items, such as car batteries, propane tanks, alkali, hoses. At the front of the store, you're going to be able to find your different canisters, WD-40, these gas analyzers, which are great to sell after you've turned in the few that you need for the early task. And again, those gas analyzers are great value per inventory slot item, which is what we're trying to accomplish. Grabbing items that, for their price to sell, have a high value for the amount of space they take up in your backpack. Now the next location is going to be this bottom tech store. These magnets are pretty good. Next we will go upstairs. This Tech Light store has very high value items in it. Ram sticks are good. Here's a fuel conditioner location. This is a good key item to pick up. It's not worth a whole lot, but you need 6 of those for a later on task. That's a freebie for you. Here's the G phones, are incredible. They sell for about 16,000 rubles and take up only 1 square in your inventory. Again, we're skipping over a lot of items that have been added in as trade items, and we can get into that in another video. We're simply focusing on items that have a high sell value per inventory slot. So we're going to skip through here. There's going to be usually scavs up here. Again, we're just in an offline mode. Make sure you watch the first video that we put together in this video series for new players to understand using offline mode to gain map knowledge. This store right here can have sometimes up to 3 of these G phones in it. It is definitely a good stopping point. You'll want to come downstairs. We're going to hit the idea store. And what we're looking for here are the figurines. You'll have the horse figurines, the cat figurines, and lion figurines. There's a quick gun that sometimes spawns there. All these little shelving and cabinet areas, you'll want to check quickly, as they can contain high value items. So here's a cat. There's a horse, another horse, and we're not hitting all the spots. Here's a lion. Okay, we need to make space for it, so we're going to drop. Now, normally I would recommend dropping your higher value items. So like these G phones, both of these sell individually for 16,000. And take up 1 space. The horse only sells for about 5 or 6. There's a lion. This store here, these drills later on, you're going to want to hold on to these. They trade for a suppressor from Mechanic that will net you about 50,000 when you sell it. These G counters sell real well. They're also a good trade item. You can hit up this computer area. Those CPUs sell for around 9 to 10,000. And then at this point you would essentially leave the store and you would head towards your extraction with a fairly packed backpack and secure container with a lot of items that are going to net you quite a bit of money in a very short amount of time. And that is what would a typical interchange run would consist of. You can obviously, depending on where you spawn in at, you can run it in reverse order. If you come in on one of the sides, it's like if you spawn on the front side in front of Idea, you would run it in the exact reverse order. If you spawn on the back side like we did, you'd come in just like we ran through. If you run in on one of the sides, you may have to make adjustments. But those are the definite stores and hotspots for really good items on interchange. So these are just a few ways of making money in Tarkov. Using one or all of them in combination will have you up and running in no time. Be sure to like and subscribe as more videos are on the way. And as always, you can check us out on Twitter at EmpireRook, or come on over and watch us on Twitch TV at Rook_Kale. Thanks for watching, and we'll be seeing you soon.